Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of May. I hope you are well, using the Llewellyn Tarot for you today. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We lay out here how we do things a little bit differently for the mid-months as opposed to the main monthly readings, because here we are looking for the lesson. Right, that's what these videos are called, because I believe that there is wisdom or a lesson contained in every experience and interaction that we have if we're open to seeing it, and often we're not. Right, hindsight is 20/20. We can see at some point in the future where what happened in front of us was for the best, but sometimes it can be hard to navigate through it. So the idea of this is an exercise in perspective. We look at the energy where you are right now, environmentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, whatever, and then from there we'll look at why you are in this energy. Now, the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde and we've just had that huge Scorpio full moon with the lunar eclipse, there's a lot around release here for everyone, and that's often something that comes up. It shows us what we need to let go of, but there are also times where it shows us what we need to embrace into, and almost always it's showing us something about ourselves. So we'll close out with 3 cards of advice. I hope that makes sense to you all. If not, bear with me, I'm sure it will by the end of the reading. So let's get 3 cards for Cancer, please. We've got the King of Swords, who has appeared in the reverse. We have the Death card, and we also have the 2 of Wands. Right, so obviously there are huge themes of release here with the Death card, right? This talks about transformation for sure. But I feel for you it's a transformation of a state whereby you are either not thinking clearly or unable to articulate for yourself, possibly both at the same time, because what the next 2 weeks are going to show you is that you have options, right? That's something that seems to be eluding you at the moment. And these options either come by way of you having the clarity that you need, or by advocating for yourself in a way that you have not been able to do before. I might just pull another card and have a look to see exactly what that is. Right. Tell me about this King of Swords. We've got the Moon card, which is you, and the 4 of Wands. Right, so there's the Cancer card, the Moon, but it's a card that's come up a few times for some of the different signs. Actually, we've got the Justice card at the bottom of the deck, which is the card of Libra, but it talks about some big balance being restored here. I mean, in a broader sense, we can talk about aspects of karma coming into play, which is a neutral thing. It's not being punished, it's simply the consequences of your actions. But the Moon card here with the 4 of Wands, still both apply. Actually, I haven't really narrowed it down. I can see this working both ways. Certainly, this seems to be around your home environment. Now, that can be your 4 walls, but it can be all of those things that feel like home for you, so the particular group of people that you would share good news with if you had some come through, the people who make you smile when you just think of them, right? These people are home to you. It's more than just your physical environment. But with the Moon card, it's that which is really, really important to you personally as a Cancer. So, home is a big thing for you there. But also what is unseen about your home, right? What is unseen? What is unclear to you at this time? This is all being illuminated for you here. And I do feel like there's no doubt that it's freeing you up in some way. With this Death card here, it is transforming the circumstances. And with the 2 of Wands, it's showing you that you do have choices, right? You've got decisions to be made for sure, but you get to participate in those. It's not that these are going to happen at you, because the whole energy here is about bringing your free will back to the table. It's about showing you that it never went anywhere. You can do what you need to do. I'm going to pull one more card for that, actually. There's 2 of Wands. Here's some more on this 2 of Wands. We've got the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. which is really, really interesting, because that's a stabilizing influence on what is an unstable card. Five of Pentacles is extremely unstable, right? So when it arrives in the reverse, it's a stabilization of that. So where you have not been taking care of yourself, because for me this is a card of abandoning your own basic needs, whatever they may be, and that'll be different for each of you. Remember that this is general reading, but it's allowing you to start putting effort into something else, right? So where there's a lack of clarity, or where there's a lack of advocation for what you need, you can expect that this energy here is putting you in a position, just notice that Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, where you are more able to go after the things that you want, rather than things that are slightly amorphous and slightly ephemeral, but keeping you stuck where you are, which is very much in keeping with the energies that are at play in the sky at the moment. Tell me why Cancer is in this position. We have the King of Wands showing up immediately. That's Leo energy. We have the Chariot, and we have the Strength card. Got a double dose of Leo there. But you are in the centre, right? So we go from all of the things that are unseen with the Moon card, which is a card of Cancer for me, to the Chariot, which is also a card of Cancer. But this one deals with you. It deals with that sense of self. It deals with drive and determination and goals that you set and the way that you will go to meet them. You know, it's also about getting everything, getting everything in balance, just like the Justice card says. There is bringing that sense of alignment back in. And with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck, so double nines. If I could pick the deck up, that would help. Double nines here mean it's all about you. This next period here is all about you, and extricating yourself from situations that drain that necessary you-ness out of any situation that you find yourself in, because you've got some things to do. This King of Wands card here is a card of action. It's a card of getting things done, right? Having the drive to get things done. The Strength card, which now I see them together, they do seem like they naturally follow on from each other, the different versions of it. Both with that white horse there. Strength can speak to personal strength, but it's personal strength that comes through experience. And you are experiencing something here that is making you even stronger than you were before. But it won't be straightforward necessarily. There's usually bumps in the road when we see the Strength card, because we are being called to pull on those reserves of strength that we've got. But the thing that I really like about the Llewellyn here, it's the only Strength card I've got. No, it's not actually. I've got two. Where there's water depicted on it. Obviously it's a fire element card. I've just thought the Triple Goddess has water, but it's a very, very small stream in it. This is the sea or a lake or something. It always looks like the sea to me. It's drawing on the emotional strength that you have. And I think for most of you, you don't realise that you have. In some ways, being born Cancer is a bit of a bum rap. You've got all of this sensitivity, all of this emotion, and then you tend to be born into situations where that is not encouraged. It's not seen as the gift that it is. And, life and circumstance, and sometimes parents, definitely teachers, spend all of their time kind of trying to crush that out of you. But for you to step back into who you are is necessarily going to need you to embrace the wateriness of your nature, right? And use it to dictate how you move forwards, It's a strong indication that intuition is important for you, but it all comes down to the self. I can say this to all of the signs, but it's particularly important for Cancer, and particularly important with these two cards numbered 9 at the bottom of the deck. This is about your resources and where you put them, and that isn't just your money. It's not just your stuff, it's your time and your care and your effort and your love. These are all things that you are capable of investing. And so these to me are Pentacles. And, in some ways, this is possibly investing it into yourself. But I feel like it's investing more into what you are interested here at this point, right? taking yourself kind of away from everybody else's expectations and you know, needs and wants, spoken or unspoken. Seeing situations for what they are very, very clearly, and then taking action. Actually, it seems in an entirely different direction. Let's get some clarifiers. No, don't want clarifiers. I want some cards of advice. There we go, that's what I was after. First one out is the Eight of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. And one more. We've got the World card. I think you can expect there to be some interesting conversations go on in the next couple of weeks with this Eight of Wands here, right? There's two-way communication going on here. So look out for these, and I think that you'll know them once they've happened, because these are going to put a light on in your head. They're going to show you where you have been, you know, trapped, possibly by other people's, you know, expectations and things like that. But more importantly, your sensitivity to their needs over your own, right? And this does feel like it's going to be a huge light bulb moment for you, because we've got the World card there. We've got all of this coming to completion in this next short period where you can see things for what they are. And, you know, if you advocate for yourself and people don't listen, then you're in the wrong group of people, you know. If you advocate for yourself, people don't listen, and then you go, oh, well, I wasn't really that important anyway. You're kind of missing the lesson here. It's all about you in this next couple of weeks, and certainly potentially further out too. But, I mean, we're only really covering a short period here. So, whatever conversations you do engage in this month, be careful not to be too quick to judge anything. Just let the information come in and let it make the connections in your head as it needs to, because that light bulb moment will be pretty strong. And it will be really, really strong. And the urge might be to kind of jump off in a particular direction. And I do feel the advice here is to just sit on it. Remember, we are in Mercury retrograde at the moment, and that always does promote reflection and, you know, tidying up rather than launching yourself into new things, new projects, new people, all that sort of stuff. You know, we don't have long of the retrograde left. You know, it's not long to wait it out, and this stuff seems to need a couple of weeks just to bed in. By all means, think about what you're going to do next, but don't necessarily just launch yourself into it, you know. So I hope that this helps. Know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.